Welcome to Positive Parenting Today. My name is Jacqueline Muniz with the Children's Services Council of Palm Beach County. I'm here with Kate Shepard and Cheryl Jacobs, registered nurses from the Healthy Start, Healthy Families nursing program, which is part of the Palm Beach County Department of Health. Today, our show's focus is on the prenatal touchpoint. Welcome, Kate and Cheryl.
Thanks for having us today.
Yes, thanks, Jackie.
First, I want to ask you a little bit about what is prenatal care and why is it so important?
It's a point of change for the mom. This is a new venture. This is a new experience for the mom. And not only does she need the care of the doctor, but she also needs a lot of support and a lot of encouragement. Her body is changing. There are things happening that she has never experienced before if this is her first pregnancy. And she has a lot of probably unanswered questions. She may not even be aware of some of the things that she is not aware of at that point because it's all new. So the woman would start by going into her provider's office and filling out a Healthy Start risk screen. By filling out that screen, not only does she see some of the things that she hasn't experienced before or thought about before, but it also gives her provider an idea about what things he might want to focus on.
Thank you. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about nutrition. That seems to be something that comes up a lot. And, you know, some women will say, if I'm eating, what does it matter what I'm eating as long as I'm eating something? What would you say to a parent to be who thinks in that way?
Yeah, a lot of the pregnant women have different ideas about nutrition. A lot of our teens are really concerned about their figure and sometimes not letting other people know that they're pregnant. So sometimes we find that they try not to eat. And that's just about the worst thing that they can do, because we know that if they eat nutritious food and take good care of themselves, then they're also taking good care of their baby. So it's our goal. Our goal is to go out into the community and speak with these pregnant women about the importance of nutrition. What is an empty calorie? What kind of food are they eating that gives them the vitamins and the supplements that they need to have a healthy baby? And we also have the WIC program here in Palm Beach County. If they need help with getting food, we can refer them to the WIC office to have an evaluation to see if they qualify for WIC stamps or food stamps too. The importance of getting in prenatal care is so that mom can take care of herself and learn about nutrition. The OBs will help them know what's important for them to eat and how to maintain a healthy pregnancy, because when she's taking care of herself, she's also taking care of the little one. A lot of our teen moms try not to eat, or they have a habit of eating junk food because of their age, and sometimes they don't want to show, they don't want anyone to know they're pregnant, and they're really anxious to get their tiny little bodies back. So we find that they need a lot of education around nutrition, as well as our moms that end up testing positive for gestational diabetes. They have a lot of questions around nutrition, and it's really important for them to know the risk related to gestational diabetes and how important it is to follow a good diet.
Okay. What would you say about folic acid? What can you tell us about folic acid?
We encourage all of our moms prenatally, before they become pregnant, or when they are pregnant or between pregnancies, to take 400 micrograms of folic acid a day to reduce the risks of birth defects, neural tube defect, and spina bifida. We found through research as a result of lack of folic acid. And a lot of moms, when that part of the baby is forming, don't even realize that they're pregnant. That's why the importance of interconceptual education around nutrition and folic acid is so important in the community.
So planning in between pregnancies is also important.
It's very important. When we go to see our moms after they've delivered and we do a postpartum visit with them, we give them free vitamins from a Vita grant through the March of Dimes, and we give them 2 months supply to get them started. And we talk to them about the importance of folic acid and vitamins in their diet when they're in the childbearing years, because sometimes people have unplanned pregnancies and they're not aware that they're pregnant till the first trimester, and then they may be depleted on folic acid, especially after just having a baby. Mm-hmm. We talk to them about baby spacing and give their bodies 2 years between babies to recoup.
Let's talk about preparing for the birth, a little bit about that. You know, parents may ask, you know, what will my delivery be like? What will that experience be like for us? What can you tell them about that?
Well, what you can tell them is that I'm sure they've heard a lot of stories. And some of those stories are pretty frightening. They are going to be in a safe environment, and I think it's important that they understand what's going on, because knowledge will give them the tools to be able to understand the equipment, some of the terminology that's being used, some of the things that are happening that have never happened to them before. So I think that educating them and then reassuring them. And then of course you want to make sure, you know, do they have somebody that's going to go to childbirth classes with them? Is there somebody who's going to go with them to the hospital when they start experiencing that first labor pain? How are they going to know that it is a labor pain? How are they going to know about, you know, possibly some danger signs that might be occurring during their pregnancy? So this is a lot of information that we give them. We kind of assess what they already know, because despite the fact that people have had numerous children, it does not mean that anyone has really taken the time to explain to them that this is the process and this is what's going on. And as I said before, you know, there are a lot of scary stories out there, and we want to frame it in a different way, and to know that we are there to support them, and so will the staff of the facility where they deliver. That's what they're there for, to make sure that they are safe and that the baby is safe.
What about childbirth classes? Do you recommend that to parents to be?
Absolutely, absolutely, because not only do they get an opportunity to learn what more details about the birth, but they also get an opportunity to interact with those other couples and to share their stories. And that's so important. It's so important for them to feel comfortable and to be able to ask their questions and to share those experiences and to build that relationship with their partner and with other people that they can then get together with after the baby is born and exchange ideas and, you know, just kind of throw things back and forth. They already have that support system in place. So it really is, it covers a multitude of things that are necessary for the parents to know before the baby comes.
What about dads-to-be, you know, or partners? You know, are there programs for them so that they can be very supportive of their partners?
Sure, they're encouraged to go to the childbirth classes. And I mean, you know, sometimes I think we tend to push the dads to the back of the delivery room, but they are very, very important, and they want to be involved. They, of course, need the education as well. You know, that it's hard to watch someone that you love in pain. But if you have an understanding of what the process is and what's going on, I think it's very helpful. They need that support just as much as the mom needs the support.
And I think too with the fathers, they as well are starting to have some anxiety and anticipating the birth process and what's going to happen. And I kind of think that's just a built-in process for the parents to together be able to get through the birthing process by having that anticipation and anxiety. And our goal is, when we speak with them, is to give them enough anticipatory guidance to maybe squelch that a little bit and have them understand that that's normal. And all parents go through that, and it's something that to be expected.
So it's okay to be a little unsure.
It's okay. It's okay to have that anticipation and anxiety around the new birth, and for them to think about what it's going to be like to be a parent, what it's going to be like to be a parent for them if they've never been a parent. You know, they're just not the sister or somebody's daughter or son now. They are going to be in charge, and they're going to be the parent. And I think they have a lot of ambivalence around that and wondering what that's going to be like. So we try to explore that with them, as well as the fact that their relationships are going to change. What's that going to be like for them? You know, it's just the two of them now, and they're very free and spontaneous to get up and go where they want, and what it's going to look like now. Whether mom goes back to work or if she's a stay-at-home mom, and dad can say, well, I got to go, see you later, and mom's at home with the baby thinking, I got in this together and now I feel like I'm by myself. And sometimes they feel a little bit alienated, I think. So we want to explore that with them and see what's going on within their relationship. And then I think too that we have to explore with them that imagined baby, because everybody has in their mind what their baby might be like. And I think that we have to talk to them about, are they picturing a perfect baby? Are they picturing a baby that might be born with some problems around that? And if they're experiencing any fetal movement, are they experiencing the real baby, what that's like for them? So we really do explore a lot of avenues with them, as not only giving them prenatal education, but exploring emotionally what's going on with them.
So preparation before birth seems to be very, very important.
And helps them to understand that, you know, we're just like everybody else is having a baby.
Mm-hmm.
All pregnant moms or expecting dads usually go through these feelings, and it's okay.
Okay. The decision about feeding a baby is important, and should parents to be thinking about that prior to the birth of the baby or after?
Definitely prior to the birth of the baby. When we go out and meet with a pregnant mom, that's something we do explore with her. We want to know what her thoughts are around feeding, because once the baby's born, that's the major issue, is feeding. We want to know if she's thinking about breastfeeding or bottle feeding, and support her decision, whatever her decision is. Of course, we are public health nurses and we promote breastfeeding, but that's her choice. That's her choice, and whatever she decides, we will support her in that.
And if mom decides to breastfeed, what can she expect?
She can expect to be very tired. Breastfeeding is a hard job, and I have to commend all my moms that breastfeed, because it takes a lot of endurance. It's very tiring, but it's really great for the baby. And we always let her know that we're certified in breastfeeding, and that if she needs help after the baby's born, we can surely go out and help her in the home. If she needs help that's beyond what we can help her with, we have lactation consultants in the community that we can refer her to for help.
So tell me a little bit more about your program.
Our program in Palm Beach County consists of approximately 30 registered nurses. They are all registered nurses who have advanced training in prenatal and postpartum health, and also in infant health. They've also been trained in how to do assessments, developmental assessments, and that is really what they focus on. They also focus on building the relationship. Now, this program has been in existence in Palm Beach County for several years. We're part of the Healthy Beginnings system, which is funded through CSC. And the name of our program is the Healthy Start, Healthy Families Nursing Program. As I spoke before, the way that someone comes into our program is either when they are pregnant, or they would also be screened when they have their baby. Someone would approach them in the hospital and ask them about filling out this risk screen, and then we would contact them and do a home visit if that was their wish.
Jackie, we also want to let you know that our agency is available to all pregnant women in the community and their newborns up to 4 months old, regardless of their financial status. Our goal, and the goal as well for Children's Services Council of Palm Beach County, is for us to have reduce the risk of infant mortality and to promote healthy birth outcomes for families in our community.
Well, thank you both for being here today, and I look forward to working with you, Cheryl, on future episodes of Positive Parenting Today.
I'm looking forward too.
And Kate, thank you again for being here.
Thank you.
I hope you learned a little bit more about the Prenatal Touchpoint and the resources available through the Children's Services Council's Healthy Beginnings system. Stay with us as we meet another family in our community as they prepare for the birth of their second child. The concept of Touchpoints is a different approach to thinking about child development. It is a theory based on the work of Dr. T. Barry Brazelton, world-renowned expert in pediatrics and child development, and author of over 40 books including Touchpoints, Birth to 3. According to Dr. Brazelton, child development is not linear. Instead, it consists of predictable bursts, pauses, and regressions. Right before a child is going to burst in a particular line of development, they will regress or fall apart in another area of development, just for a short period of time until they have mastered a new skill or reached a new milestone. Dr. Brazelton states that there are 8 touch points of child development in the first year of a child's life, beginning prenatally. During the last trimester of pregnancy, expectant parents are getting to know their baby-to-be and are preparing themselves for the adjustments they will need to make when they finally welcome their baby into the world. Meet the Ricketts. Owen and Okisha have been living in West Palm Beach for the past 9 years and have been married for 4 years. They are the proud parents of an energetic 3-year-old named Talia. The family is eagerly awaiting the birth of their son, Tamani.
Oh, Keisha, it's so nice to meet you.
Same here.
And Owen, nice to meet you too.
Same here.
My name is Cheryl, and I'm a registered nurse specialist. I work for Healthy Start. We're all registered nurses at Healthy Start, and we do
Okay.
home visits for pregnant moms and newborns. And so I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about pregnancy.
Okay.
See if you have any questions and how things are going for you. I see your tummy, it's
Yeah, 32 weeks now.
32 weeks.
So I have eight more weeks to go.
Wow. So excited?
I'm excited, more wanting to get it over with.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh gosh. Not that I want to have an early baby, but I'm just tired of being pregnant now.
I hear a lot of moms tell me that. They say that too. When it gets near the end, they're getting very uncomfortable
Yeah.
and can't have trouble sleeping, and it makes it a little bit harder. How about you, Owen? What are you thinking about this upcoming newborn?
I just can't wait for him to be here and I start playing with him.
You said him.
Yeah.
Is it a boy?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a boy,
we're
yeah.
having
You know
a
it's
boy.
a boy.
Yeah.
And I noticed
I'm
when I came in
excited,
that you have a little girl,
Yes, Talia.
Talia, and she is.
She's asking already for her baby brother.
She's asking for a baby, so she's kind of got an inkling something's up.
Yes.
She does. That's
Yes.
great. So, thinking about this pregnancy,
Mm-hmm.
how is it different than when you were pregnant with Talia? Is it different, or is it very similar for you?
To me, it's been totally different.
Totally different.
With Talia, I did not have morning sickness. I had more energy to do stuff, and with this pregnancy, I've been sick almost every day. It's a hassle for me to just get up and do regular activities just to get ready to go to work. It's just a big thing. So it's been different as far as that is concerned. But no major medical problems, which I had with Talia,
Okay.
where I was on bed rest. So
Wow, and bed rest is hard. So, what do you think about this baby as far as what this baby's going to be like?
well, I hope he sleeps at night, because that was my problem with Talia. She would not sleep at all. She would just cry.
Aw.
And I hope this baby's more quiet at night, so I'll be able to get some rest. And I just want a healthy
healthy
child, 10 fingers, 10 toes.
Right. Owen, I have a question for you. How do you picture this baby in your mind? As far as how the baby looks, or the baby's size, or maybe what the baby's going to be like?
He's gonna be just like me.
He's going to be just like
yeah,
you.
he's gonna look like me, I think.
He's going to look like you.
I have my smile.
Your beautiful smile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's hope, like she said, he sleeps a lot at night because I'm a sleeper, so
Yeah.
I won't be able to get up.
And help her with
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So I think that most parents, if you really think about newborns and you're pregnant and you're thinking about what it's going to be like, you kind of imagine what the baby's going to be like. And then a lot of the moms imagine this baby that kind of looks like their Gerber baby. It's all, smiling and wide awake and alert, and usually babies don't come that way.
No.
No. What was your first baby like?
At the hospital, she was the greatest baby ever. She would sleep and just eat, and that was it. But once I brought her home, total opposite. That's when her personality came out, and she was just, I don't even know how to say it, but.
So how long do you think you were home before you could start seeing some of those traits that she has? Like, those are temperament traits that we inherit.
Well, I saw that within a week.
You did. So you could read her cues and what
Yeah.
you knew what she wanted?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I knew, except for one instance when she was just 3 days old, she was crying from like 3 a.m. in the morning to 7 a.m. And I was like, I don't know what's wrong with this baby. I was about ready to take her back to the hospital. And I called her pediatrician, and he said she's colicky. And ever since then, I've been able to, when she cries, been able to calm her down.
So that's good. You're the expert. You tried everything that you knew.
Yeah.
And you finally figured out what worked for her.
Yes.
Isn't it amazing that babies can tell us what they need without
Yes.
even talking?
Yes.
By the look on their face, the sound of the cries.
yeah.
So Owen, could you pick up on that too?
A little bit, but like you said, she was the expert, so I just felt
So mom's the expert. Yeah. Because mom maybe was with her a little bit more than sometimes than you were.
Yeah.
And I think it's something about the motherly instinct. Like, if she's sick, I can know that she's sick without even, trying too hard. It's just, I don't know, motherly instinct.
That's a wonderful thing, that we can understand what's going on with them without the words.
Yeah.
We kind of just watch their behavior, kind of look at the cues they give us, and it tells us a lot. And it tells them a lot about you too.
Yeah.
Your face and how you look at them and how you respond. Because if you're smiling and you're feeling good, then they start to feel good too.
Yeah.
If you're a little aloof, they're starting to think, something's up. Mom doesn't look just the same. So they get their cues. That's that ebb and flow of communication back and forth. It's really a great thing. And I think that a lot of parents, when they bring the newborn home, they think they just eat and sleep. But they have so many skills that they're already born with that are so intact. I'm thinking about the delivery now. What was that like with Talia? I mean, did you have a natural delivery or a C-section? Or
I was induced on my due date. They wanted to let me go in earlier, but I refused because I had a big baby. She was almost 9 pounds.
Wow.
So I went in on my due date, and I was induced. I had the Pitocin and the epidural and 16 hours of labor, and then I had her.
Okay.
This time, I hope it's totally different. If possible, I'm going to see if I can wait until I go naturally without me having to be induced. And I'm trying to do the natural birth thing without the epidural.
Oh, have you
That's
taken
my goal.
childbirthing classes, or are you planning to take some childbirthing classes?
I'm planning on taking some at the
Okay.
hospital.
That'll be really helpful if you're going to plan to do, no pain medication.
Yes.
That'll be really helpful for you.
I've just been
really good.
optimistic, saying that, okay, I'm just going to go in and I'm going to have a great delivery, and I'm going to have a healthy, bouncing baby boy.
So speaking of baby boy, Owen, what are your thoughts around circumcision? Have you guys talked about
Yeah, we
this?
talked about it. I wanted to have him do it, but she said no, she don't want to have him do it. Just go ahead and not doing it. So
you guys have a conflict there.
Yeah.
That's not uncommon.
yeah.
I haven't
uncommon.
decided yet
No,
if
have an
we're
idea?
going to go ahead and do it. It's something that we discussed a while back, but I think we're going to talk about it more as
Okay.
my due date approaches, because
Okay.
we're going to have to make a decision
Right.
at the hospital.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes that's a hard decision to make.
yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
It sounds like you're communicating well with each other, so just keep on working on that.
Yeah.
For sure. And this little guy that's in your tummy, is he have a similar activity to Talia, or
I think Talia moved a lot more.
she moved a lot more? So you think she was a little more active?
Yes.
And what do you know about this little baby? From what his movements, or the time of day he moves more, or
Well, he moves when I eat. So I
moves
know
when you
he'll be a person, or just like his dad, who loves to eat. So I know he'll be an eater.
he'll be an eater?
And he moves just whenever I eat or whenever I'm sitting down relaxing. That's when he moves, and he's pretty quiet at night when I'm sleeping, which is good.
Oh, that's good. Did you ever have him kick and kick and kick so much you wanted him to stop?
Yeah, when I'm at work trying to get stuff done, and
Yeah.
he's just like on one side, and then he goes all the way on the other side. I'm like, can you just quit it for a second?
Yeah.
But
have you ever tried anything to try to calm him down in there?
like I talk to him.
Talk to him.
I talk to him, and when I read to Talia, I read to him also.
That's a wonderful thing, because he'll hear the tone of your voice. You should recognize your voice when he's born in Dad's voice, because he'll be used to hearing those voices. He won't. Babies, being in the water and the fluid, you think they can't hear, but about 4 months gestation, hearing takes place, and they hear the tone of your voice. The other thing I wanted to ask you is that now that you're going to be a parent to 2 children, and maybe Talia's been the center of attention and gotten all your time and attention, now you're going to have to divide your time up between the newborn and a busy 2-year-old. What do you think is going to happen with your relationship and your relationship with Talia, and what do you think is going to happen around that?
Just gonna have to like try and balance it, I guess, between both of them. I guess there's like time you're gonna find yourself paying more attention to him than her. She's gonna feel left out, I guess,
Yeah,
most
she
of the time.
might.
Yeah, but like I said, we're just gonna have to try and balance it between both
Balance
of them.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
give
think he's
equal
gonna-
time, not try to ignore it and like, oh, it's the new baby now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's hard for the sibling when they're the only one, when you bring that new baby home. They kind of feel like, somebody's
Yeah.
stealing my time here.
I think it's definitely going to be a challenge for Talia because she's used to being mommy's little girl. And now mommy's going to have another baby in the house. So I think it's definitely going to be a challenge, and it's going to be even harder after I have the baby and when I go back to work.
When do you plan to go back to work?
I'm thinking about taking 2 months off.
So what's going on with daycare?
So I'm trying to see if I can find someone like a family member who will be able to stay with him while I'm at work.
And Talia goes to daycare now?
And she goes to daycare because I wanted to wait until she's able to communicate and talk to me, let me know what's going on, if anything went wrong or what's on her mind, if she likes it, how was school today. And that's the same thing that I plan on doing with him, waiting until he's older.
Yeah. Well, they're lucky kids that you're thinking like that. That's
Yeah.
that's very wise. Yeah. So how about your time? It's going to be a lot tighter now with the newborn. And you think it will put a strain on your relationship with each other?
It's gonna be hard, to be honest, because even now we don't see each other during the week because we have opposite schedule. He works days and I work nights, so
Oh, you work nights.
yeah. So we only see each other now on weekends. So he'll be with the baby at night when I'm at work, and I'll have him during the daytime. So we only need someone like for 4 or 5 hours a day, but
To watch the baby.
it's gonna be a challenge.
Yeah.
It's gonna definitely be a challenge to make sure that we have enough time for Talia, for the baby, and for ourselves.
For yourselves, yeah. Because we find relationships change a lot when a newborn comes in.
Yeah.
Newborns take up a lot of time,
Yeah.
and they're very demanding sometimes. And sometimes we see changes in relationships between couples.
Yeah.
So just keep that in the back of your mind, and remember that you need to take a little time out for each other.
Yeah.
Because if you're happy, then the kids will be happy.
Yeah, we've been trying on working on saying, okay, set aside, okay, at least one Saturday for the month, okay, we have to do something
Right.
together.
Good. What about your support system? Do you have family around town?
I have family. I have my mom, my dad, my sister is a great help.
Oh, that's great.
And his family's here locally also. I just like the fact that, okay, if I need the help is
The help is
available.
there. That's wonderful. Good. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Congratulations. I can't
Thank
wait to come back
you.
and see this new baby.
I hope you enjoyed our program. Join us next time on another episode of Positive Parenting Today as we introduce you to more families in our community. We will continue to explore the touch points of child development as well as bring you topics relevant to the most rewarding role you will ever have, being a parent.